Our next speaker is Rod Adams. His affiliation is with Atomic Insights. It's a well-known blog and extensively read. So, Rod, thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. I published Atomic Insights blog. I've been doing Atomic Insights in various forms since 1995. Today I am on my last day as a U.S. Naval officer. Official retirement date is tomorrow. Submarine trained, nuclear officer, served as the chief engineer on a submarine. I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that nuclear energy competes against other energy sources, some of which are supplied by the world's largest, most powerful, and richest companies. They have an economic interest in hampering and slowing the growth of nuclear energy. None of the competitive energy resources are without risk. The overall supply of energy versus the overall demand for energy is what determines the price of energy. So any new supply, say from an expanded nuclear power business here in the U.S., would drive down the price of energy and reduce the profits for those large and powerful companies. Some of the activists who have campaigned against nuclear have done so professionally for many decades. Economic competitiveness was discussed in one of the sessions earlier. And it's not just a matter of cost per kilowatt hour. In the energy business, there are other products and services that get sold. For example, in a reliable, stable grid, the grid operator will pay an operator for what's known as reliable capacity. When the operator bids in for reliable capacity, if the grid operator needs them, they're there to provide it. If the reliable operator cannot provide, they get charged a penalty. In the ERCOT, which is Texas grid, wind operators have been assessed that the maximum amount of capacity they can bid in for this capacity payment is 8.7% of their nameplate capacity. Wind operators would love to be able to bid in and get capacity payments, but they also do not want to get charged a penalty when they fail to deliver because the wind stops blowing. In some areas, wind developers, one man's cost is another man's revenue. When it comes to whether or not nuclear is an economic value and interest, the investors recognize that high wages and long-term assets that require continual maintenance are a cost to them. Those investors love investing in 600 megawatt wind farms with a guaranteed rate of return of a guaranteed power purchase agreement, $113 a megawatt hour for 25 years, especially when under current tax law, the equity investors get returned their equity investment 6 to 9 months after they make it in the form of an investment tax credit that gives them 30% of the cost of the wind farm development. Predicting the economic value of an asset that's going to take 6 to 10 years to put into service and then run for 60 years is a dark art. Anybody who can say that they know that a nuclear power plant can't be competitive today has got a much better crystal ball than I have, and a much better crystal ball than all of the financial analysts who have recommended to utilities around the world that nuclear is a worthwhile investment as part of their balanced energy portfolios. One of the issues that the Blue Ribbon Commission needs to do is to try to establish a predictable regime to allow people to make long-term investments. Somebody mentioned today that secrecy causes problems from the opposition point of view. Well, from the point of view of somebody who supports nuclear, it causes secrecy for us as well. Secrecy causes a problem for us as well, because the opposition can make up any story they want, and there's no way for us to counter it with good information. One of the invited witnesses today talked about the acceptable rates of impacts, injuries, deaths from energy sources, and basically it seemed to us that the acceptable rate from nuclear is 0. The competition has a rather different acceptance rate. The 50% of the U.S. electricity supplied by coal is estimated to kill about 25,000 people a year early due to the effects of the emissions. This year, in the first half of 2010, in the eastern part of the United States, so a very limited geographic area, 3 accidents caused the deaths of 46 people due to clean natural gas explosions. And I think my time's up. Thank you.